guys, my name is Shay, aka the Salty Stitcher here on YouTube, and this is my like 20-something video. I don't know, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. Hopefully the camera is a little bit better, hopefully. I have bought a nice little webcam, and hopefully that helps. And hopefully the sound is better, because I also bought a little microphone that you can't see. So hopefully that helps a lot as well. That's my exciting news for this week. This is a Stitchy First video. We're going to be doing a my first recharting. I've never really recharted before. I'm not really sure that this counts as recharting because it's not very extensive. I'm just adding bits and pieces here and there. And even then, it's not really all that extensive. I talked a tiny bit about it in my last floss tube. This one, we are going to be recharting, if you want to use that word, Halloween in Città by Crocette Gogo. I technically bought both of them because I wasn't sure which one I was going to do. This is Autunno in Città. I don't know. I don't speak Italian. I'm very sorry. This is bad pronunciation. Autunno in Città by the same designer, Crocette Gogo. This one I thought would be really fun because it's very sweet. I'll show you a picture when I actually start to explain it. But I ended up just liking Halloween. Halloween is not the word by any stretch of the imagination. Halloween in Città. I ended up liking that more, and so I just went ahead with that. I did it all on my iPad in Goodreads. I used GoodNotes. Goodreads is not the same thing. In GoodNotes, and then I scanned it in with CamScanner on my iPhone, which works really well. You'll see it actually worked pretty well. I've used CamScanner forever, like probably a decade, to be honest. And it's just my favorite app for scanning. I was going to take them to work, but you're not really supposed to do non-work things at work. And I forgot. It's been a crazy week. Having been said, we'll get started. We'll switch over to a voiceover. So if you don't hear from me later, I guess, thank you for watching. Holler if you need me, and I'll see you later. Bye! Alright guys, so this is going to be the view we will have for the next rest of this video. If this is not your jam, please feel free to take a step out. I appreciate you watching this far. This is me loading both Crocette Gogo patterns into GoodNotes. You'll also notice these lovely smiley faces interspersed throughout this video. This is just that I don't get copyright claim because I don't want that to happen. Now, it hadn't happened yet and don't want it to happen. So if those are irritating, I'm sorry. That was the best way I could think to do it. I try to cut it out so you don't have to worry about it either. So I'm putting both Città patterns into GoodNotes, right? And I'm putting the what would you call it? Like the cover picture, the picture that you find on like 1-2-3 Stitch, as the main, like as the cover picture for this little notebook is what GoodNotes calls it, I think. This way I can draw on that, because I can blow it up pretty big and draw on it and kind of see what it's going to look like, vaguely what it will look like, right? Without necessarily showing you pattern, so I don't have to worry about that. So this is the main one. This is pretty much the only one we'll be doing. I had a little bit where I was doing Autunno, but I cut it out because it's just not going to look good. This looks loads better, murderized, if you will. So I'm just kind of going through, and I don't want to overdo it because I don't want it to be kind of like clunky, I guess is the best word. But I also want to make sure that I get quite a bit of murdery elements into this pattern. There will be sections of this that I will fast forward through and then play some funky music, and you'll get why that's a joke in a little bit. For this first little bit, as I'm kind of doing it for the first time, I will talk through it. This is me kind of starting to pick colors. GoodNotes has a good color range, but like I'd have to look up a hex code, and I don't want to look up a hex code, so I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I am putting a little axe into the door of this little cottage-looking house. Again, I don't want it to go overboard. I don't want to be like extensive necessarily. I'm not recharting the whole design. I'm just adding little murdery elements, and I figured it was easiest to do it in this way. I'll kind of stop for a second and Alright, so this is going to be the first little section where we're actually working on pattern. So again, I'm picking some colors. I got this idea, I guess you can say, from the Vampirum SAL by Noctiflora Designs, I think it is. And that's just to say that she uses, like, there's a lot of quote unquote blood in that pattern, and she uses it really well, and she uses like a lot of really cool gradients. And so I wanted to make sure I did that. Even if it was going to be itsy bitsy teeny tiny spaces, I'd rather have it be kind of cool and I don't know, fancified. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of just filling in this window. It's the first window I'm filling in. Um, I'll do the top little two windows too in just a second. But this is kind of the first time I am filling in, like, changing colors of stitches. And I'm just putting in dots. I'm not worrying too much about doing any sort of like symbols or anything like that. You'll see a little bit. You'll see in a little bit how I kind of denote what color is what. So I'll put some more funky music on and keep on rolling. Alright, so this is going to be the first time you'll see me make some sort of key. Just using the same colors that I'm using in the pattern, and I'm going to make some educated guesses about what colors I would like to use, right? Again, this is loosely inspired by Noctiflora, who uses these same colors, 777, 666, and 814, I think is what I ended up on. I ended up thinking, I got the order wrong, ironically enough. You'll see at the end of the video kind of me adjusting that. Now we're going to be going on to another element, the new element. So we've done a window, we're going to do an axe now in this little kind of cottage style house. I spent a little bit of time kind of pondering whether I wanted this to be proportional or not, and then I said I didn't care. So this is me just deciding how to best to do this. Whether I should like put the stitches in first, or if I should just draw it and then fill from there. And now I'm worrying about what I'm going to do with these spider webs, because the spider webs are going to make it hard for me to see. And now you're going to see me do the same 15, or not even 15, 3 or 4 items over and over again. So I've decided to speed this up so you don't have to watch it, because I can't decide how I'm going to get rid of these spider webs. So see you back on the other side. going to do another elephant. We're elephant, not an elephant. An element, not an elephant. I can't draw a knife, much less an elephant, which you're soon going to recognize because I cannot draw a knife and have to look up a reference photo of a knife, which is a fairly simple shape, I think. But whatever, I'm not an artiste, I'm a therapist, and that's just the way that is. Um, but you'll see me try a couple times. I liked this pumpkin specifically because he does have kind of like an oh my god kind of look on his face, which I think is cute. So I figured he'd be good for a knife, a good place for a knife. This is me looking up a reference photo for a knife. Um, I'll let this kind of run for a bit and I'll see y'all in a bit. All right, we are looking up a DMC color chart. So this is where I'm actually going to start picking colors and not just kind of guessing from my general knowledge. I went ahead and just looked up DMC color. The one that I almost always use is Lord Libidian. Libidion? I don't know. I can't pronounce that. So the fun fact though is if you click on their website, it will show you a picture of the color chart, then you actually have to click on the color chart to find one that you can actually read. So this is me looking up grays, I believe, because I'm looking at that knife blade and trying to figure out what I want to do for that. So that's that. All right, this is me changing the sign. So the great thing about GoodNotes is you can take a screenshot pretty easily. You just use a little lasso tool and you draw around the spot that you want to get a screenshot off, and you follow a screenshot of, and then you follow what I just did in essence, right? So I had originally looked at, because the packet of patterns includes other patterns, that you could use for this sign, and so I ended up not wanting those because they're just the same thing in different languages, really. And I wanted to change it to murder. So that's what I'm doing. I'm changing it to murder. Um, I started with a really skinny black pen, which, yeah, that was dumb. Now I'm going to switch over to a white pen and then I'm going to speed all this up. So, again, I'll see you on the other side. All right, so we're gonna add some more stuff than I originally had planned to, just because I feel like it's a little bit boring. I want to add a bit more. I don't want to put blood in another window because I've done it quite a bit already. So instead, I'm gonna put blood on this door, and you get the rare pleasure of trying to see me uh, draw a hand in blood on a hand, like a bloody handprint. This looks good in small, in teeny tiny, but we'll soon find out that it is not good. It is not, in fact, good. So this is me kind of adding blood to the door handle. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, not a big deal there. But now we're gonna find the problem. I will see you on the other side. Alright, here is where I'm going to be probably ending this video, but also finalizing my key. This is also where I realized that I had my order of darkest to lightest reds wrong, but that's okay. It happens. I ain't worried. Um, this is me just using the corner or like the white space on the on one of the sheets to kind of get everything in one spot, right? I'll be using that Lord Labidian color chart again. But yeah, this is where I leave you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. There's a little bit more left, but I appreciate you sticking with me if you got this far. See you next time. Bye.